if we look at the Rhine specifically, which we have done in the past, yes, you always got a few years where it was worse, then you got a few years where it was better. Actually, 2023 shaping up so far to not be that bad a year overall. If you have a long trend in there, I mean, as your colleague just alluded, climate change, I don't know. I haven't looked into that. But in the past, you always had a few years where it just was low water on the Rhine with the attendant effects.
My problem there is, Salomon, you're an eminent economist who's looking at the economic ramifications of this, and you don't know whether this is something that the industrial states, that Germany, that others have to invest in because it's a long-term climate phenomenon, or it's something that actually is going to right itself. And as you quite rightly say, 2023 is looking at it like a better year compared to previous low water level years. There is undeniable evidence that we have climate change upon us. What isn't sure, from what you've just been saying then, is whether the ramifications of these lower water levels is because of climate change or actually it's just seasonal.
Right. So in the end, I guess you will have to decide anyway if you want to do something about the water levels, maybe dredge the Rhine a bit lower, maybe adjust the barges you are using. So regardless of the reason, you will have to make a decision. Look at what are the costs of all these measures that could alleviate the problem, and if they are worth it for the freight in these down years.
Salomon, when we take a look at the last couple of months so far when it comes to Rhine levels, in July it was issued tons of reports around the impact here and the cost it would mean for some of the transportation through this key artery. But August, a recovery. So how are even the last couple of months shaping up when it comes to the extra costs for some of the clients?
Yes. So overall, I mean, the Rhine, even in other years, has quite volatile water levels at these crucial gorging stations. And as you said, yes, July looked a bit concerning, but then we had a strong surge again in the early August. And if you look at forecasts now, yes, you have a bit of a decline in there, but still far more likely than not that we are staying above critical levels for the next 6 weeks. That's how far the typical forecasts go at the moment. So that looks quite well. And of course, even if you had like a few single days of low water levels, that would not show up macroeconomically. Of course, individual companies might find that very unpleasant, but at the macro level, they probably need a bit longer of a low water level period.
Salomon, at the same time, we do have technology and predictive technology has been used to crunch the data on when these weather patterns are developing, what the impact is on those water levels and just how to navigate them in terms of bringing resilience to supply chains. What's the impact of technology as you see it, and can it mitigate against some of the problems we're facing at this stage?
So I guess if you produce better forecasts with these new technologies, then individual shippers might adjust a little bit in the short term. But I mean, it would be, say, a marginal effect, because what you can do is maybe shift around a few freights between days or weeks. But overall, I mean, there is a capacity overall. And I think it would be probably better for adjustment to have either barges that can go at lower water levels, or to just increase the depth of the fairway there.